He was born in Lagos to a Muslim family from the Yoruba ethnic group, the son of Abibatu Mogaji, the Iyaloja of Lagos. He is generally accepted in reliable sources to have been born in 1952. Some reliable sources note that this age has not been verified. He attended St. John's Primary School, Aroloya, Lagos, before proceeding to Children Home School in Ibadan. He arrived in the United States in 1975, where he commenced undergraduate studies at Richard J. Daley College in Chicago, and then at Chicago State University, where he majored in accounting and management. He worked odd jobs as a dishwasher, night security guard, and cab driver to support himself through school. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration in 1979. The person we are talking about in this context is no other person than President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of Nigeria. The heroin drug trafficking business was at its peak during the 1990s in Chicago. The heroin trade in Chicago was led by Nigerian criminal gangs responsible for trading wholesale potent form of heroin from Southeast Asia. The Nigerian-led heroin trade in Chicago fed an addiction epidemic that became so bad that it changed local health and law enforcement practices. Heroin from Nigeria was so potent and addictive that public health policy in Chicago shifted away from trying to make heroin addicts stop using it and merely ensuring that they used it safely. Located at the junction of 4 states, with combined population exceeding 27 million at the time, Chicago was a key trafficking hub in the American heroin trade. 42-year-old Lee Andrew Edwards was one of the entrepreneurs who had found a place in the heroin trade, and by all accounts, he had done well for himself. He had bought 2 residential homes, including an apartment building, a liquor store, and a new car, all paid for with cash. He was later arrested by the DEA agent. He was found with some alarming things like a carbine rifle, thousands of dollars in cash, drug prepping equipment, and several grams of cocaine and heroin powder in the house. He was later sentenced to life in prison. Federal investigators had determined that Edwards' heroin supply came from a Nigerian drug dealer in Chicago called Abiodun Agbele. Abiodun had earlier agreed to work for the feds in exchange for lighter sentences, and as part of the plea, he revealed everything he knew about the heroin trade in Chicago. Agbele was no criminal mastermind, however, as he testified under oath that honor belonged to a man who went by the name Adeboyega Mues Akande, who was apparently his uncle. Shortly after Agbele's arrival in the US, Akande had taken him under his wing and showed him the ropes of wholesale heroin trafficking. When Akande returned to Nigeria in mid-1990, Agbele was left in charge of selling regular heroin shipments from Nigeria to Lee Edwards and delivering profit to his uncle. At the time being, while all this was going on, President Tinubu had become friends with Akande and Agbele and had just deposited over $1.4 million in the bank while earning a salary of just $2,400 from Mobile Oil Nigeria in USA as a treasurer, which he admitted to in an interview. The whereabouts of these huge funds in his bank account was quite puzzling. The U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, Michael Shepard, files the complaint for forfeiture of funds in bank accounts held by Tinubu as they hold the proceeds of a heroin distribution organization controlled by Akande. Tinubu funds represent the proceeds of this operation and the proceeds of narcotic trafficking. Shepard requests that the court adjudge and decree that the funds should be forfeited to the United States. Special Agent Morse has analyzed financial documents including bank statements, money orders, cashier checks, tax returns, and wire transfers of huge amounts of cash generated by individuals who are believed to be members of this heroin distribution organization, and he reaches a professional conclusion that the accounts controlled by Tinubu were involved in financial transactions representing proceeds of drug trafficking. The investigation, which began in 1988, has identified Akande and his nephew, Agbele, as key figures in the trade and distribution of heroin. The investigation identifies the third individual working with the duo to launder the money as Bola Tinubu. In December 1989, Akande takes Tinubu to a First Heritage Bank to open an individual money market account. On the application, Tinubu gives his address as 7504 South Stewart Avenue, Chicago, which is the same address Akande used as his heroin trap house. Agent Morse discovers that Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, Tinubu's wife, has previously opened a joint account at the same bank with Audrey Akande, wife of Akande. Despite earning $2,400 a month with no other known source of income, bank records from First Heritage Bank shows that over the course of 1990 alone, Bola Tinubu deposits $661,000 into his individual money market account, followed by a further $1,216,500 in 1991. All this evidence proves that Bola Tinubu is a member of the narcotic trade business in America. He later launched his political career and ran for the governor position of Lagos State, which he won. When his successor faced a near-certain electoral defeat in 2007, the more popular frontrunner coincidentally turned up dead inside his bedroom in Dolphin Estate, Ikoyi, one of the safest neighborhoods in Nigeria. He had been strangled to death, naturally. The chosen successor then won the election. Could this be coincidental? When a former business partner, Dapo Apara, took him to court over financial impropriety and money laundering at Alpha Beta Consultants, basically his little straw into the Lagos State Treasury, the court became the first court in the history of Lagos to burn to the ground and have its files destroyed. The case has yet to be refiled, which we can say is absolutely coincidental and very regrettable. Thanks for watching this piece, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification for more future updates. Thanks, and don't forget to leave a comment below on your thoughts on this topic. Have a great day.